the subconscious mind and rewriting these programs through, like I said, repetition and emotion. Repetition and emotion, combining these two methods, will reprogram your subconscious mind. And when lesson 4, programming the subconscious mind. This is so important, people. You have to reprogram the programs that are in your mind. Everything is true in the subconscious mind. This is why the ancients had the golden rule: treat others like you want to be treated. Because if I go, like I said in the other video, if I go and call you an idiot, I'm calling my subconscious mind an idiot, which will then telling my subconscious that is what I want. So remember, it is impressed by emotion and repetition. These are the two main ways the subconscious mind is reprogrammed. Repetition. You tie your shoelaces every single day. You know how to do it. You know how to change gear in your car. This is repetition. You have created a program through this repetition. And emotion, the traumatic event that you had when you were young, you can remember that program, you can remember that day like it was today, very, very, very vividly, because of the strong emotion that you felt together, you felt at that point, which then created a mental program which manifests into your daily basis behavior, thought patterns, and actions. Old habits are programs. This is why you're trying to create your new life, you're trying to break your old habits. The reason why you're not breaking your old habits is because that habit is a program itself. That it has to manifest. It's so hard not for it to manifest. Because it's part of the mind's automatic system. The mind has an automatic system which is running your body on autopilot. The subconscious is running your body's organs. It's telling your heart to beat on autopilot. That habit you have is an autopilot program. Therefore, you have to change this programming by accessing the subconscious mind and rewriting these programs through, like I said, repetition and emotion. Repetition and emotion, combining these two methods, will reprogram your subconscious mind. And when is the subconscious mind most accessible? 1 hour when we wake up and just before we go to sleep. Your brain is producing theta waves. It doesn't have to be then when these two are, it doesn't have to be when you wake up or when you go to sleep. You can also create theta waves when you access deep meditation. Deep meditation. So you have to do these every single day as much as you can. Doesn't have to be when you wake up, doesn't have to be before you go to sleep. Whenever you get time or whenever your conscious mind floats over the idea of doing it, do it. Repeat affirmations constantly as much as you can. And I mean every second of the day if you have to. Whenever you get the time, mentally say it, physically say it. Get these affirmations done as much as possible to reprogram that subconscious. It has to be in present tense. The subconscious does not know the future, does not know the past. It only knows now. It only knows you, doesn't know anyone else, and it only knows now. You and now is the only thing the subconscious mind knows. And everything is true in the subconscious. Therefore, thinking, feeling, and saying I am affirmations. It has to be in the present tense. You have to claim as if you are what you are saying. If you want financial freedom, say money is coming in constantly on a daily cycle or whatever. Or I am financially free. Money is coming in. I am happy. I am healed. I am healthy. Whatever you are trying to manifest, believe it is true. Say it is true and feel it is true on a daily basis as much as possible. Most effectively in the mornings and at nighttime and in deep meditation. Every single morning, as soon as you wake up, it's the first thing that should be on your mind is reprogramming the subconscious mind. Is feeling the emotion of that life you want, feeling the emotional state of your desire, rich, free, or happy, affirming your desire, listening to repeated affirmations. Download an app on your phone, whatever, voice recorder, whatever it is, download an app. Record yourself saying, I am affirmations, I am healthy, I am rich, money flows into my life abundantly. And listen to this every single morning for half an hour, 10 minutes, whatever. Do it every single morning as much as you can. And while you're listening to them, mentally say them. And while you're listening to them. Feel as if they are true constantly, as much as possible. You have to do this to reprogram the mind. And don't keep changing the affirmations. Listen to the same ones over and over and over and over again. And I'm telling you, you will know the affirmations off by heart. And it'll be that deeply rooted in your subconscious. You will literally think about it constantly. Once it's in the subconscious, once you have this deep new program of you feeling wealthy or feeling healthy or wealthy or healed, it has to manifest. Because what happens? The programs are manifesting 90% of your daily basis behavior. So if you create a program where you already feel like money is rolling in more than ever, or you are healed, that will manifest into 90% of your thought patterns, 90% of your actions, and 90% of your daily basis behavior. And it will be subconsciously. You won't even know you are acting upon this program because it's in the automatic system of your mind. This is how powerful this is. So if you create a program on, let's say you want to be financially free, and you've created a program, a memory, a paradigm, because you've been saying these affirmations and you've been thinking and feeling about this desired reality, guess what? You will be taking action according to that program. You will think the thoughts. You will do the things that person does of that reality. And you won't even know. This is how powerful it is. You have to do this. Mirrors are very, 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 very powerful. You have to stay aware of what you're thinking, feeling into a mirror, because it's a direct reflection. Be very careful what you're saying to mirrors, and never ever say anything negative into a mirror. Okay? Meditation. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply in through the nose until your lungs are full. Then exhale slowly out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring all of your attention to the present moment and lose track of thoughts, environment, stress, if you're trying to fall asleep. As if you are trying to fall asleep. So, if a thought, because this will happen, thoughts will appear, then you just have to remove it. Thoughts will keep trying to appear into your conscious mind when you're trying to meditate. Bring your awareness to the present moment, and if a thought comes, remove it. And this will keep happening. Thoughts or little words or little voice will come, just remove it. Keep removing it. And once you repeat this process, you'll gain a meditative state, a sleepish state. Your body become relaxed, the body will start to sleep, but your mind will be aware, your conscious mind will be aware. Now bring all of your attention to the emotion you would feel as if you've got what you wanted. Feel that reality that you have, that you wanted. Feel the financial free, the freeness. Feel it. Feel as if you've already got it. Feel as if there is millions in the bank. Feel as if you are healed. Feel as if you are running around happy. Or whatever emotion it is of that desired reality that you want. Use your will to hold this emotional state. Like I said, the will is so important. You have to work on your will and imagination. They are very important. Use your will to hold this emotional state. Now you have to bring in your imagination, which is another higher faculty you need to work on. Imagine yourself being the person you want to become. What would you be wearing? Where are you? What would you look like? What would you smell like? Imagine, if you want to become financially free, imagine you are on a beach. Imagine you had the financial freedom. You had the freedom of traveling around the world. What would that feel like? Imagine the place you'd be. Imagine what you'd be wearing. Feel the emotion, your emotional state, and imagine it. Hold this thought and emotion for as long as you can and experience the life you want. And I'm telling you, you do this over and over and over, combining this with the affirmations on a daily basis. I promise you, you will reprogram the subconscious mind that deeply. Your life will change. Not only your life, it will start to steep into your emotions. It will creep on your actions, sorry, not your emotions. This program will creep onto your actions and you won't even know you're acting according to this program that you've created. And before you know it, you're working this hard towards this life, it will show up in your life. But like I said, cause and effect. You have to take action on this program. You have to take action on these thoughts towards your goals. You can't sit around meditating and affirmating every day. But I promise something will happen to trigger this program. You will make the right decision. You will go the right place at the right time and meet someone, or you will have a conversation with someone and something will pop up in your mind and you can just, that is it. Your life will change. This is so important. Affirmations and meditation on a daily basis will reprogram your subconscious mind. You can heal, you can manifest, you can attract, you can do whatever you want. You can get rid of depression like this, anything you want. Tell your subconscious mind you already have it. The stronger the emotion you feel, the more impact it's going to have in your subconscious. You have to do this, people. This is a very, very, very important part of manifesting, is the subconscious mind. Thank you all. Lesson 12, sigil magic. So what are sigils? Sigil is a symbol, same thing. And it represents something corresponding with your mind. So, for example, without you even seeing the letters, this object, well, this shape corresponds with something within your mind that associates with that shape that you see. So the symbol for Nike, everyone knows it's Nike, even without it saying Nike. It's because this symbol has been associated with something that our minds recognize. So symbols speak to our mind and subconscious mind. Okay, and within us and around us are the other planes: astral, mental, and etheric, and physical. So this symbol, right, the Nike symbol, carries energy. Why does it carry energy? It's because all of the collective minds that have seen this symbol have a collective thought and associations within their minds that associate beliefs with this symbol. So another way to see this is this symbol is speaking to you energetically and metaphorically to your right hemisphere and your mind. So the collective minds, this is very hard for me to express and teach this because we're talking about something metaphysical within the mind. There's not many words, it's hard to describe. So a symbol carries mental energy. Mental belief, mental awareness is energy. So all of the collective minds have a belief about this symbol. They know what this symbol represents in their minds, and this carries energy. So if you go and wear this symbol, you are associating yourself with the energy. You are carrying that energy. Okay? So that's how symbols are very powerful. They carry energy because when someone sees you with that symbol on, they associate you with their mental belief system on that symbol. So you can create symbols yourself. What you have to do is create a sigil, something simple, easy to remember. Okay? You got to make sure it's very easy to remember because you're going to have to imagine this symbol as well. Create a sigil, like a triangle with whatever in, and give it a mental belief. So every time you see this symbol, or it could even be a letter, you could even use something so simple. Whenever you see this, it's going to remind you of that belief that you have with that symbol. And what you need to do is create it on a piece of paper or a bay leaf, draw it, and give it mental attention. Hover your hand over it and give it a charge. Imagine this symbol glowing and give it the belief, give it the intent. It's all about your intention with the symbol. Okay? And you want to keep this symbol on you at all times. And when you do meditations, when you enter deep states of meditations or manifesting meditations, you can, instead of thinking about the reality you want, you could think about the symbol. This is a very good way to visualize. If you're not very good at visualizing a full reality of yourself in a world somewhere else with whatever you want or whatever you want to manifest, if you can't imagine in detail, this is a good practice. Imagining a symbol and holding your mental energy, your mental awareness and attention on that symbol. And you are associating mental energy with that symbol. And it will become bigger and stronger and stronger. And it will impress your subconscious mind. You want to give this symbol emotional energy as well. And then what you could also do with this symbol, or words, you can even use words. I am, I achieved, I have, underneath water, because water holds memory. Because when you speak to plants, which take in water, if you say love to one plant and hate to the other, the love plant will grow bigger and the hate plant will die off. It's because it's all to do with frequency. So if you write good words on a piece of paper or a sigil and put it under the water glass, it will impress them energy frequency codes into the water, and then you drink the water. And this is all helping and contributing towards getting you towards that frequency of what you want. Giving that energy. It's all about filling your mind with that what you want to manifest. You have to find a way to fill your mind as much as possible with what you have, what you want to have. It's about tricking the mind, about something you already have. So you can do this with the sigils. You can do this with, prayer, meditation, all of these different things. You want to employ them into your life. Every time you drink water, you want to impress them, speak into the water. Make the water vibrate on the frequency that you want and then drink it. Okay, this is very important. You have to find every single way to get yourself to that frequency by filling your mind with what you already have, what you want to manifest, by believing in your mind you already have it, and filling your spirit with that energy. By giving your electromagnetic field that frequency, you becoming that frequency. It's all about maintaining that frequency and that mindset, and it will reflect into your external world. So you want to find all these different ways and do them as much as possible. So to go over that again, create a sigil, just draw it, give it mental attention, mental energy. You can visualize it in meditation, or You can put it underwater, keep it on you at all times, and whenever you see that symbol, think about what you have, what you want, and this will all contribute towards manifesting. Hello, welcome to lesson number 1 of Manifestation Mastery 2.0. So the first lesson we're going to be getting into is the 7 universal laws. You need to obey these laws and operate your life within these laws so that you can maximize your manifestation. Now, what you need to realize is that you are manifesting at all times. You are manifesting now with what you are thinking, what you are doing. Everything is manifestation. But when you choose to do this consciously, you can get anything you want in your life. Think of it like this. When you're playing a video game, GTA for example, you level up your character. You are not the body, you're not the person in the game, you are the intelligence behind that body. You are this invisible intelligence which is a creating force. It manifests everything. You are a microcosm of God, a creator. You're a manifester. You can take non-physical thoughts and produce that into a physical world, material world. So this is the mindset you need to adapt. So the first universal law is the law of mentalism. Okay, mentalism, everything is mind. There is one substance in the universe, and that substance is mind. Me, you, are mind. We are the same substance. Yes, we are in a different physical form, a different physical body. However, the mind, the substance that makes your intelligence, is the exact same. The mind is the universe. Everything is the universe. Matter and mind are one. So, the mind is cause. You are not the mind, though. This is what you need to understand. You are the soul, which is the observer of the mind. You are the one listening to the mind. You are the one behind the mind. However, without the mind, nothing can exist. There's no understanding. There's no intelligence. The soul is the consciousness, the observer, the awakeness, the conscious. The mind is the intelligence of your consciousness, your awareness. So mind is cause. Mind is the one substance. Good and bad are the same thing. Now let me break this down. Good and bad are two opposing things, right? But it's the same. They're 2 degrees of the same substance. Now, what do I mean? Hot and cold are different degrees of the same substance, and that substance is mind, perception. Your perception is what is giving it a degree, is it good or bad, but it's one. Everything is one. Everything is all mind. Mind is the only substance in the universe. Okay? How to apply this principle? Discipline the mind. As we believe in our mind, so it be. We need to control our thoughts. We need to be mentally prepared, and mentally engaged, but not letting our emotions take over, because we are emotional as well as mental. The mind is the root cause of everything. Before you kick a football, a decision is made within your mind. Before you do anything, it's all in the mind first. The phone you have, the car that you have, is all designed. The buildings around you was all an image. It was all an imagination. It was a seed in someone's mind before they manifested it physically. So you need to use your mind properly by disciplining the mind. Disciplining the mind is the most powerful thing you can do in your life. Controlling your thoughts. Control where your attention goes, your mental attention. Where attention goes, energy flows. If you're controlling your life, controlling your mind, you're controlling your life, your physical life. Okay? So be aware of where you are. Be aware of your mental state and emotional state and change it. You can change your mind. You are choosing to feel depressed. You are choosing to feel happy. You are choosing to entertain these thoughts within your mind. So the higher faculties of your mind. Imagination, work on your imagination. If you can't, if there's no screen in your mind, then you have no imagination. Every single one of you should have a clear screen in your mind where you can pull anything you want into that screen. If I say think of an apple, there should be there should be an apple in your mind somewhere. This is imagination. You see, the mind operates on the highest planes of existence. The mind is not a physical thing. It's the thing controlling this physical form and manipulating this physical external world. Mind is the controlling substance. So imagination, work on your imagination, people. This will do great. This will have a great impact on your manifestation when we get into the exercises. You need imagination. You need it. You can't live without imagination. You can't manifest properly without it. So you can use your imagination, practice it every day, visualize things in your mind. Will. The will allows you to hold one idea on the screen of your mind. So this is where willpower comes in. How long can you hold this imaginational thought? How long can you hold this image on the screen in your mind? Will is a massive tool, not just manifesting, not just doing all of this in all aspects of life. You see, what I'm teaching is a lifestyle. This is not just, you can do this overnight. This is a lifestyle. You need to be doing this stuff every day, mentally progressing. When you mentally progress, you spiritually and physically progress. So you change your mind, you change your external world. So work on your willpower. Cut the dead food. Cut out all of the negativity and stick and have a strong willpower. And stick to your word. That is your will. Stick to your willpower. And like I say, practice imagination and do it for long periods of time. This will also help your willpower. Intuition. Intuition is the small voice inside your head that speaks your truth. It also gives you the ability to pick up on other people's thoughts and to read their energy. Intuition. The first thing when you walk into a room, you get an intuitive vibe. The vibe is a vibration of the atmosphere. Use your intuition to guide you in your life. Use your intuition to follow that path, because that intuition is taking you to the path that you're supposed to be on. Okay, so use your intuition. Memory. There's no such thing as a bad memory. There are only weak and strong memories, like a muscle. You can develop your memory by phenomenal degree through exercise. Exercise your memory. Recall things. At the end of the day, go throughout your day backwards. So when you got into bed, go through everything you did in your day backwards. Remember what you did the whole day backwards. And this will create new neural pathways in your brain, and it will exercise memory. You need to work on all of these. Reason. Reason is another one. Reason is what we use to think, to analyze, compare, and evaluate ideas. Reason is the ability to think, choose what information we accept, stir up, and use to come up with a brand new idea. What is the reason? What's the true reason behind what you want to manifest into your life? Is it coming from a place of negativity? Is it coming from a place of positivity? Is it coming from a good or evil place? You need to seek deep inside of you and truly ask why you want this in your life. Is it coming from something? Is it coming from a childhood trauma? Is it coming from a self insecurity? Reason is a big one. You should only be manifesting things that are positive, that will have a positive impact on yourself and the people around you and the consciousness and the collective consciousness and to the earth. It should not be a selfish thing. Reason is a good one because it's important. It's important because if you go and manifest something that came from negativity, it will only amplify that negative reason inside of you. Let's say you wanted to do something like you wanted to get rich, but it came from a negative place. Okay, it came from a negative place. The reason why you want it was very negative. You wanted to just flex on people and stuff like that, right? That will amplify when you become successful. It will amplify that reason, and you will become pretty much an idiot. So make sure the reason's right. Perception. Your perception is your point of view. It controls what you become aware of in your environment and how you choose to see it. Your perception is your reality. You have to be aware that there are people's perceptions are all going to be different. You shouldn't let that affect your internal world. You need to come from a positive perception and a balanced perception. Everything is neutral. Everything is balance. You choose. Your mind chooses whether it's positive or negative. So your perception of things is what you need to change. You need to come from a balanced point. Don't let the external world affect your internal world. Your perception should be neutral. Shouldn't be good or bad. It should be neutral at all times, and try and neutralize and balance your perception on things. Your mind is the decider of your perception, a good or bad perception. The next universal law is the law of correspondence. As above, so below, as within, so without. The outer world is a reflection of your inner world. This is so important, people. This is so important. You cannot go through life without knowing this deeply and understanding this. The friends you have, the car you have, the phone you have, all of the things you possess is a direct manifestation of all of the collective thoughts you've thought in the past. Where you are in life is a direct reflection of the thoughts you have thought in the past. You are here right now because of the thoughts that you thought in the past. The car you have, everything you have is a reflection of what you thought and what you've acted on. You have acted on them thoughts, and you are here right now because of that. What is inside of you manifests outside of you. Not just on a macro scale, on a micro scale. So like I always talk about how the body is the image of the stars, and we are God made flesh. Everything is us. What is outside of the world is inside of us. We are a microcosm of the macrocosm. But I'm coming from a mental state here. Remember, the first law is mentalism. So you got to keep that in mind in every single one of these laws. The first one is mentalism. What happens in the mind happens outside of you in some way or another. Okay? The thoughts you think become your emotions that you feel. What happens in heaven happens in earth. What happens in the head, the thoughts, happens in the heart, which is earth. Heaven and earth. Whatever you think becomes an emotion, and that emotion influences your behavior, which will influence your action in the physical world. So therefore, if you think and feel that you are happy and rich, that will manifest into your external world. That will manifest into your behavior. That will manifest into your vibration and attract people in that similar vibration. You see? So we are physical. The physical effect of the spiritual. Hold on, two seconds. Sorry, people. So yes, you need to understand this, people. You have to understand this. Connect with the inner self. Connect with the divine consciousness inside. Okay, use your mind to think and feel properly, and this will manifest into your external world. The friends you have are a manifestation of your internal world. Until you change your internal state, you will outgrow the people around you. And this is what happens. Law of vibration. Everything is vibrating. The speed of vibration depends whether on something appears solid, liquid, or gas. Every thought you think is a vibration. You don't think thoughts. You do not think thoughts. You receive thoughts based on the frequency that you are tapped into, based on the vibration that you are on. Now, what do I mean? This is why we call it a mindset. You set your mind to frequencies. So when you set mental attention on a thought that you've received, you are tapping into that vibration, and you will receive thoughts based upon that vibration. So that you set your mind to a frequency, you receive information and thoughts based upon that frequency, that vibration. So when you think, feel, and speak higher vibrational things, this manifests into your external world, because remember the law before, what happens inside happens outside of you. If you think, feel, and speak higher vibrational things, this will attract people on the same vibration. Okay? You do this positive thinking, positive affirmations, and remembering mind over matter. Mind manipulates matter. God is mind. Everything is mind. The universe is mind. You change your vibration, you change the people around you. They will sense this. Your friends will sense this. The people, when you start elevating your vibration and thinking positively and no longer entertain the negativity, your friends will sense this, and they will say that you've changed. But what you need to realize is what people say to you is a reflection of their internal state. So if someone's being negative to you, you've got to see that is a reflection of their negative internal state that they think about themselves. What you say negative to someone else is something deep down that you see within yourself. As within, so without. As above, so below. The law of polarity. Everything has two poles, good and evil, love and hate, attraction, disconnection. All the opposing forces are actually the same substance, which is mind, in various degrees. Therefore, everything is one, which is mind. For example, water can be ice, solid, or fluid based off the degree of heat. It's the same substance, but the various degrees of the same thing. The universe is balanced. You need to be balanced between good and evil. Look at your body. You have a left arm and a right arm. Your head is in the center of it. You should become balanced. You should become balanced. Your mindset should be balanced. Your emotions should be balanced. Your diet should be balanced. Your work life. Everything should be balanced. You must first correct your underlying limiting beliefs. If you are unhappy in your job, you focus all of your energy on finding a new job. So think of it this way. There's polarity to everything. You hate where you are in life right now, more than likely. That's why you brought this course. You want to manifest something in your life. Not everyone, but some of you hate your life. Okay? That hatred, you shouldn't hate, because that's going to hurt your body and your cells. But anyways, you can use that energy, the other end of that stick. That energy is draining you. Your hating mental state is draining your energy because you're letting it kill you. You can use that polarity, that other side of the energy, instead of killing yourself with it and getting yourself down, use that energy to finding something new. There's always two ends to the stick. I hate my job. You can either cry about it or use that energy to go and do something else and figure out what you can do. And that's the law of polarity. Use the other side. Use the polarity. Don't let it suck you in. Use it for purpose, for reason. The law of rhythm. Everything flows. Everything is out and in. Remember, the universe is made out of torus fields. This is a torus field. Comes out, back in, out and back in. This is a daily cycle. This is a yearly cycle. This is the cycle of the zodiac. It's the cycle of your life. You're out in the world, then you die from this world. You're out in this world, then you die from this world. Everything's a cycle. Everything's a rhythm. Everything has tides. All things rise and fall. Use the day and night cycle. Use the cycle. Create a cycle in your life. Don't let your life be chaotic. Don't be a feather in the wind. Create a purposeful cycle so that it works, so that you are progressing 1% every day towards this goal. Okay? Try not to get attached to outcomes, but work towards a mental state of neutrality or indifference. The key is non-attachment, positive thinking patterns. Well, I need to get this out of the way. You hate your life. Okay? You hate your life. Hold on, my microphone's just changed. Okay, it doesn't matter. What you're experiencing now in life is a mental state. Think about this for a second. Everything is mind. You think, right, the job that you're in now, for example, you hate your job. You work at somewhere bad, you know, you're working in a gas station or, you hate it. You are suffering the mental state that you're in, not the actual job. You don't like the mental state that you're in. It's not the physical job. You're suffering the mind's reaction of what you're doing. Therefore, you desire a life where you do not feel this way. So what's that mean? What you really want is a altered mind state where you are not suffering mentally and emotionally. Therefore, use your mind. What you really, really want deep down is a mindset. You want a life where you're not suffering this mindset. So therefore, if you change this mind of yours, you change the emotional state. So when you do your bad job or when you're there, change the mindset. Change it as if you love and you experience blissfulness and you experience amazingness. And this will manifest into your life. When you go home, think and feel the reality that you want. Think and feel the reality that you want. Create a cycle. I've gone a bit off guard there. But what you really want is a mindset. This is what you need to understand. Everything is mind. Okay? If you had the mindset properly, you'd actually stay in that job. But it's the mindset that you hate, that you're suffering from. Cause and effect. Every cause has an effect. The physical world is the effect world. What you see and experience is an effect of mind. The root cause is the mind. The building you're in, the microphone I'm speaking into, is the effect of someone's mind. Therefore, use this properly. When you push a domino, it will push all more. Every little choice you make has a massive impact on the rest of your life. Every decision you decide has the biggest impact ever. It has a domino effect on your whole life and the people around you. So if you see someone, let's say you want to get financially free, you see someone You make a little comment, nice car, nice shoes. That could spark a conversation where you speak to him and he changes your life. Speak to people. Go to the gym. Conversate with people. If you want to become the best, you want to own a restaurant, go and work at a restaurant and learn how it works. Use the law of cause and effect. Speak to people. This is the most important thing. Speak to people and use the law of effect. Do the action. You can't just sit around visualizing all day, or else nothing will happen. You have to use the law of cause and effect. Every cause creates the effect. Take action on your thoughts, on these thoughts that are based on reaching your goal. The law of gender. Everything is masculine and feminine. How to apply? We can use the law of gender by balancing the spiritual higher self and the physical lower self or ego. It is important to not let the ego get out of control, because when the ego becomes out of control, you're coming from a place of physicality. You're seeking physical pleasure. You need to come from a place of internal. You need to come from the internal. Don't let this external world run your life. Let the spiritual, the positive, run your life. The place of calculated thoughts and calculated action. The internal dialogue. Don't let your taste buds run your diet. Let the internal calculated mind run the diet, because the calculated mind knows you should be eating healthy things that feed the mind, body, and soul. But the taste buds just want sugar and bad food. So balance the spiritual and the physical self. Meditation. This is that lesson. Hope you enjoyed the next lesson. Well, hope you enjoyed this lesson. Let's go to the next. Emotions are something that a lot of people have a misconception of. So we're going to discuss and break down what truly the emotions actually are. They are more than just chemicals within your physical body. They are more than just hormones. Emotions are energy. They have a physical manifestation, which is a chemical reaction in the brain, and they are an etheric astral energy. Okay? Emotions are a creative force given to you. They are what makes you become something before you have it. They carry magnetic attraction. So with this understanding, your emotions are no longer a reactive thing. They never will tell you your true things as an emotion, what an emotion is. I remember being in infant school, or whatever you want to call it. They were teaching you what the emotions are. And they told you they are just things they're just reactions. By living in a very reactive mindset and an emotional reactive person, this causes chaos in your life. Emotions are very chaotic if you do not know how to control them and what they truly are. You see, we've all been brainwashed into thinking we are just physical beings. We are just these apes, the apes that evoluted over time into human beings. This is completely wrong. We are in an intelligent design. You're in an intelligent body. You're an intelligent consciousness, and you have an intelligence within you called emotions, which you can use to attract things to you and to become things before you physically have it. So they are a creative force. That consciousness you have inside of you is a creative consciousness. It's an ever-expanding consciousness, which is God. The whole point of you being in this physical world and having consciousness is creating. You cannot not create. It is impossible for you not to create something. Your whole life you have been creating. Before you kick the football, it's a decision made within the mind. You then created this action. You are a manifester. Okay? So your emotions should be used. They should be controlled as a tool to create things in your life, to become the reality before you physically have it. Fear. Fear is an illusion and it is a bondage. It keeps your mind stuck to three-dimensional awareness. If you try and astral project, you will not astral project if you are fearing. Why? Because fear and negative emotions, all of the negative emotions only exist in a world of time, and that is this physical plane. You cannot transcend this plane. Your mind cannot function on these higher planes with these lower three-dimensional emotions in your mind. Fear is a bondage to the physical body, and it enshrouds your soul. It enshrouds your body. It locks you. Okay? This is why the news, this is why the food is all laced with chemicals, and the news is constantly pushing fear, because they have to keep you in a fear state to keep your central nervous system in fight or flight mode. And they have to keep your mind in three-dimensional awareness, because once you realize that you are not this physical body, you are something that transcends this physical world, you will wake up and you will no longer abide by this system that we live in. Okay? So fear is the biggest tool that they are using to oppress you. Fear is the biggest bondage. Okay? It keeps you locked in a box, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So emotional effects on the body. Emotions have great impact on the body, the immune system, the brain, and every single cell and the water structure in your body. Hatred and negative emotions impacts the nervous system, immune system, and endocrine system negatively. Extreme emotions trigger the release of stress hormones in the brain. So what's that tell you? The emotion is there before something is triggered in the brain. You feel the emotion because emotion is energy. And then the release of hormones are triggered within the brain. So like I said, everything begins spiritually. Everything begins in these higher planes. Everything begins in the mental, astral, etheric, and physical before it manifests physical. Over time, these stress hormones lead to increased inflammation throughout the body, resulting in significant health consequences. You could eat the most amazing diet in the world. You could eat the most pure organic sea moss, the most pure organic apples and watermelons every day. But if you have a negative mind space and a negative emotional state, you will create negativity in your life and you will create a disease in your body. This is how powerful your emotions are. Why? Like I just said, everything begins in the higher planes before it manifests physically. Okay? And when you keep feeling these emotions over and over again, you are impacting your subconscious mind, which will constantly create repetition in your life. So emotions are very, very, very powerful, and they impact your body. Stress can cause you to lose your hair. It destroys your body. Like I said, everything that begins in this mental plane and these higher planes happens below. As above, so below. This is why Jesus turns water into wine. Water. What is water? Well, water is feminine, which represents the emotional side of a human consciousness, of all consciousness. It represents the emotional side of you, the emotional aspect of you, the water, which is also the moon. That's why we call it a mood and the moon, because the moon is feminine, represents emotion. Okay? So water and earth is emotion. So when it talks about water into wine, we're talking about emotional alchemy, which stems from the mastering of self. All religions stem from the master of self, the mastery of the self. That is where all religions stem from. all religions stem from, the mastery of the mind, the emotions, the thoughts, and the body, and the stars, the study of the stars. Every religious text has something to do with the stars because they are very important. But today we're going to focus on emotion. What's the wine? The water into wine. The water is the emotion. The wine is the transmuted emotion. It's emotional alchemy. It's alchemy, this is, people. It's what the Bible is talking about. It's talking about them negative lower carnal mind emotions being transmuted into positive ones that bring benefits to your life, that attract better things to you, and controlling the emotions. Because when the emotions are not controlled, you attract negative people, you put out negative vibrations, you attract that back, you are destroying your body. That's why the Bible says the light of the body is the eye. If thy eye be evil, thy whole body will be filled with darkness. That's what it says in the Bible. It also says if their eye be single, thy whole body should be full of light. But then after that it says, if thy eye be evil, their whole body will be full of darkness. Why? If your mind, your emotional state, your spiritual state is negative, your whole body, your whole life will be filled with darkness. You will be chained by your emotions. You will constantly live out of this animal state, this emotional state. Every time you feel sad, you will, fall into this trap of the emotions. So it's so important that we master the self, master the emotions. And we do that by changing the mindset that you have on life. Okay? What you must understand is that your mind is the director of energy. It has the power to create. It has the power to focus energy. Attention is energy. Where attention goes, energy flows. If you are placing attention on negative things, let's say you break your leg. Okay, this is a bad situation. Don't get me wrong. It's not nice that you broke your leg. However, there is a positive side to that. What's the positive? Well, now what's a good positive? You can now sit down, you could read the books that you've always wanted to read. You now have time to do something else productive because you can no longer walk. There's always a positive to the situation. And when you're using your mind to direct the energy into the negative route, the negative dual side, you are constantly digging yourself a hole, creating more and more negativity in your life. The law of cause and effect. So we must transmute this negative aspect, the water, the emotion, into wine, into a positive emotion to attract better things to us. Why? Because you attract what you are, not what you want. Emotions is energy in motion. Your emotions create a massive impact on this electromagnetic aura you have surrounding around your body. I have many videos on this, so go and check them out if you don't know what this is. So the emotions create energy. It puts energy in motion, energy in motion, which is spiraling around your electromagnetic field. And this field is what determines what is attracted to you and what is not, and what people, what animals, everything. Okay? This field, before you have an illness, the illness shows up in your field energetically, because as above, so below. What happens in the field happens in your body, happens in your life. The positive emotions that you feel creates a more stronger and bigger field, extending up to 9 feet in circumference. So when your field is in a positive, high vibratory rate, this is when your field has more impact on matter. Why? Because what's matter made out of? These fields. These fields create the physical world. It's the real atom. You yourself are a giant atom, and you can control your atom to create the world around you through your emotions. So if if someone's crying and you go and walk next to them and go talk to them, that negative emotion is going to rub straight off onto you, because emotion is energy in motion. It's casted throughout your electromagnetic field. Your inner world manifests your outer world through the heart. The emotions are felt in the heart, casting out into energy vibrations through this field. Demons. It's just another allegory, another myth about emotions, another metaphor about emotions. D meaning negative, Mon meaning moon, the negative moon, negative mood, negative emotions. Moon is feminine, it represents emotions. Demons are something that possess you. What possesses your mind? Emotions possess you. It's a metaphor. Don't get me wrong, spirits do exist, but a lot of the allegories about demons is all about the emotions and how they possess you. They possess your mind. They take over your mind space. They take over your body, how you feel, how you think. So this is why emotions are very, very, very powerful, and we need to use them and control them, utilize them to create in our life. Instead of them being reactive, we can use them to pull things to us. Instead of, the emotions that we should be feeling mainly is love and abundance and joy and all of the positive ones, all of the positive emotions that transcend the physical world, because fear, hate only exists in this physical plane. The higher planes of consciousness, these emotions don't exist. That's what sin means. Sin means emotion. Sin. That's what a sin is. It's a negative emotion. It's an emotion that exists in time. That's what a sin is. So you must control these emotions. You must, and how do we do that? We do that through meditation. And like I say, meditation is a massive, massive part of. I don't like using the word meditation because people get thrown off. Just turn off your mind. Sit in silence. Be at one with yourself. Sit in silence in the dark. Turn off all the lights and sit in the dark with yourself. And just let the emotions and let the thoughts pass by like the clouds. And when you let them go, they will sooner rather than later, they will go. And you will just be just left with the consciousness, that pure awareness. The reason why they told you to be scared of the dark when you're a child and programs that into you through the movies and Hollywood is because they don't want you sitting in the dark. When you sit in the dark, there is a light shining within you, that pure consciousness. You no longer can see your body. You no longer can hear the thoughts and the emotions. What is left when all of this is stripped? When the body is stripped off, when the emotions and the mind is stripped off, you are left with pure consciousness. And that is what they don't want you to figure out. Because when you connect with that, you can transcend this physical world. You can do all sorts of have mystical experiences. So yes, emotions can be used to attract things to you. When you think, you are visualizing, and when you feel, you are becoming. So you can think and feel on a daily basis of this reality that you want, which I teach in my Manifestation Mastery course 2.0. You have access to this in the university, so make sure to check that out. I'll tell you how to use your emotions, thinking and feeling, visualizing, becoming that reality before you have it. This will train your mind, because why? Your brain does not know the difference between an imagination and a real reality. Your brain does not know the difference between an imagination and a real reality. So if you become that reality in your mind with your thoughts and emotions, you are creating, you are becoming, you are tricking your brain that this has already happened. And what will happen when you create them neural pathways in your brain will subconsciously create that, somehow try and figure out to create that neural pathway into a real physical reality. And that's how it works. So I hope you learned a lot from this lesson about emotions and what they truly are. And the last thing I'm going to say is love. Love is the unifying force. Love is the unifying emotion. Because, like I said here, this image shows 1,000 words. What we all are is one observing consciousness expressed in thousands, if not trillions of different bodies. What's in the squirrel is inside of you. It's consciousness, it's self-awareness. And this consciousness is divided through fear and hate. And that's why they push fear and hate onto you so much. And they place you in different postcodes with different football teams and different basketball teams. And they send you different schools, and then different schools compete with the other schools to cause division. It's all about causing division and causing hatred towards others. Why? Because love. We all naturally love when we come here. When a child is born, you can see the love in its eyes. It loves everything. But as it gets older, it starts to become darkened by the matrix, the system, this dark spell that is casted upon the minds. We all need to learn how to love, because this is the unifying force that brings all of our consciousness back to one unified team. And when we figure out that these elites are literally, there's probably, they're compared to the population, there's way more of us. And if we all started to love each other, why would we need them? So anyways, I hope you all learned a lot off this lesson. Thank you all for joining the university. I look forward to teaching you more. Please let me know for anything that you want, as because you have joined, I want to make sure that you are happy inside of this university, and I want to make sure any question you have, I can answer, I can research for you. Okay? Thank you all. Have an amazing day, people. Hello, welcome back to The Real University. Today we're going to be talking about hidden spells within the language, English language. This is why we call it spelling. A lot of people are already aware of this. However, I'm going to go over some words that have double meaning, meanings to them, behind them, which trick your subconscious mind. So the word grammar comes from the word grimoire, which is also known as the book of spells, or a magic book, on how to create magical objects like wands, amulets, how to perform magic spells, charms, and summoning and invoking supernatural entities such as spirits, which are on the other side of this physical reality. So what you must understand is what you say in this physical world is also happening in the astral world as well. So your words are spells. They cast spells into the spirit plane. They cast spells into your mind. They cast vibrational frequency into your cells in the water. Water holds a lot of energy, so we're going to be going all over this. The subconscious mind takes everything as truth. Everything you say is truth to your subconscious. And you should know this by watching the Manifestation Mastery 2.0 course. I talk about this. This is so important that you understand this, because everything is truth within the subconscious. It only knows you. Your subconscious mind, if you watch the course, you should know this, it's responsible for 90% of your daily basis behavior. The thoughts that you are thinking on a daily basis, the things that you do, the things that you say, 90% of what you do and say and think you did yesterday, because of the subconscious mind holds all of your programs. What you say is molding your mind. What you state is truth in your mind. It does not know the difference between a joke or it takes everything literal. It is literal. Your mind is a manifesting supercomputer, and whatever you say into it, it says that is what I want. So whatever you tell your mind, that is what you'll have. That is what you'll believe. So every word you say is truth within the subconscious. So this is why double meaning words have an effect on your subconscious. And this is why I'm raising awareness here. So talking is a tall king. You are either a tall king by talking, by using your words wisely, or you're a small king, because you create big or you destroy yourself with your words. So talking is Phoenician. This is phonetics. So this is etymology, is when you take the root words, but phonetic etymology is when you take the sound of the word. So talk and tor are the same, because when you talk, you're creating sound waves, which is a form of a light wave. And when light waves expand in all directions, it creates a torus field. And everything is torus fields. So if you affect one torus field, it affects every torus field in creation, as above, so below. So what you say is affecting the torus fields around you in your body. You are made out of these torus fields. This is why talking is torusing. You're creating light waves, sound waves, and you are permeating creation. And this is why the Bible tells you the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So the tongue is what creates these sound waves that we are producing when we talk or speak. Okay? So this is what we are essentially doing, creating sound waves. And these waves are vibrating and they affect the cells in our body and everything. This is why words are swords. This is why the word word is within sword. They are swords, they cut, they damage, because frequency is the only thing that can penetrate you without your consent. In the very beginning, the Bible, John 1:1, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God." This is obviously a metaphor. There was no spoken word out of a spoken mouth. It's basically saying God created the world with the use of cymatic frequencies, sound waves. Everything is sound waves, and this is observable. Geometry is the geometric shapes you see in the nature, like petals, how they're all perfect stars or five-pointed stars, or the Fibonacci sequence. This is all an effect of vibrational frequencies. It's all cymatics. Everything is created out of sound. Sound is the creation of the universe. So this is how powerful words are. It's a cymatic frequency. Hello. Hell. When you say hello, you're subconsciously implanting hell into your mind and the people around you's mind. This is why it's casting a spell. Even though you may pick up on it, but your subconscious picks up hell. That is what you're picking up. And that word holds a frequency. The word hell, when you hear the word or see the word, activates thoughts within your subconscious. It activates, it stimulates it. What is everything that resembles hell in your mind? But that goes on within the subconscious without you realizing. Bless. When I bless you, I'm actually saying be less. So you're not blessing someone. You're saying be less. Appreciate. Appreciate. Weekend is when you're weakened. You see, they've casted spells on our cycle of life. The weekend is when you're weekend. You are weakened from the weekdays, when the working days are the weekdays, and the weekend is when you're weakened and you rest. Because in the days, you are in physical or emotional shock, unable to think or react properly. This is the days you're in. You're in a daze in the weekdays. See? Parents are a pair who rents. Because you don't, well, in this, we do own our children, but in the system, we technically don't. You're a pair who rents. Slaughter. They want you to think that slaughter is laughter. You see how it's implanting messages in your subconscious to make these things okay? They want you to think slaughtering is okay, so they put the word laughter in slaughter. I'm telling you, people, the people who made this language are satanic. They are witch. These people are wizards. We're getting ran by wizards, dark occultists, and wizards. That is who we're getting ran by, and they've been running for thousands of years, and they know exactly what they're doing. They've covered all aspects. They've covered the language, the frequencies, the music, the food, the water. They control everything. In every aspect of your life, they have some part in it, and it's all occult knowledge through magic. It's all magic. It's all a form of magic. Awake is an event where the family and friends of a deceased gather before the funeral. That's awake. Why are we talking? Why is the word funeral? Why is death associated with being awake? See how they are planting subconscious messages in you. They want you to feel death. They want you to be the low vibration. And it's the same with mourning. Mourning is an expression of sorrow for someone's death. They're always associating death because these people they're running a death cult. It's a death cult. It's a satanic cult. A job is Hebrew for prosecution. Soldier is a soul dyer. If you go into the army, you're a soul dyer that they just use your soul to die. And then you just wasted your time in physical incarnation. Because you never die. You will never ever die. Ever. You're eternal. You never ever die. This body is just a suit. So you're a soul dyer if you go in the soul, if you're a soldier. S-O-L means soul or sun, because the sun is a soul. Music. So we say music. See, M-E-U-sick. Music. See how it's me, you sick? Music. Me, you sick, because music is frequency, and frequency penetrates your body without your consent. The music we listen to today is making people sick, mentally, emotionally, and physically. What you hear, what you see, goes into the mind, goes into the body and the spirit. It destroys you. It's hypnotism. Music is hypnotic. It's a form of hypnosis. When you listen to music and you can't think. You can't think. It makes your body move without you even being conscious of it. It's hypnosis. It makes you sick. The right music is good, don't get me wrong, but the music they use today is making you, me and you, sick. And that's another one. When we say things are sick, oh, that's really good. So we say sick. It's another spell that you're casting. You're calling yourself sick. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. You're calling yourself sick, ill.